so let us talk to you. Wrestling friends coming out of the city. House of bad, talking up, hoping now that you hear this. We jumping off the top rope, smack down, you gon' feel this. Yeah, we standing on business, This gas so loud, got you tapping when you hit it, But I ain't ever no critic though. I'm just talking my shit, man, it's something that you need to know. It don't matter who you are, it don't matter if you big or you small. This shit for the culture, nigga. This shit for y'all. It don't matter who you are, it don't matter if you big.
What's up, wrestling friends? Here we are with another episode of House of Bat. I'm your host, Eric Battle. Today, walking into the House of Bat, we have
the center of attention, Brittnie Brooks.
And she's joining us here from Arizona, but residing in Las Vegas.
And we're at Wrigleyville.
How I like to start the show, name, age, and how long you've been wrestling.
My name is Brittnie Brooks. I am 20 years old, and I have been wrestling for about 5 years.
Wow, since the age of 15. Okay, yeah. Cool. That's awesome. So 5 years in the industry. Tonight we're at Second Wrestling, Wrestle Eden, out in Wrigley Field. You have a championship match against Blair. Now, before we started recording, I talked to you a little bit about what Blair said in our last episode. Did you have a response?
Blair Onyx, you're very confident for someone who's going to walk into tonight a loser. Because you already are a loser. I'm going to make you more a loser when I take your championship away from you. Because I am championship material, and the center of attention doesn't lose. You say that you don't lose? Well, I don't lose.
We're going to see what happens tonight. So, now let's talk a little bit in the past. I know you're kind of in the middle of a comeback tour. Just came back from a torn ACL. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What kind of, how was that whole process?
It was wild because honestly, I've torn my other ACL before, but this was by far the hardest, injury ever because I was really starting to, wrestle every weekend and get a ton of reps all over the country and just was, doing so many great things. And then I just had to cancel everything, and it just really sucked. But I'm so happy to be back because now that I know what it's like to live without the thing that I love, it makes me even more motivated and more passionate to just keep going and keep pushing and try to make something out of this,
That was going to be my next question. Being that long without getting in the ring, I'm sure took a little bit of effect, Maybe even changes your opinion on it. Anything about that?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I struggle with confidence, and that was a really big thing, coming back, I was well, I've been off for so long, and there's so many things that now I can't do to physically, and just being off for so long, getting out of the repetition of doing stuff. So it took a lot, but I finally feel like I'm back where I was and further beyond that.
That's good. I'm glad to see that. This is my first time seeing you wrestle, so I'm excited. I know all of us are excited. Let's talk about how you got into wrestling to begin with. You started wrestling at the age of 15, right?
Yes.
So how did that start?
So I watched it as a kid, and around 2011, I started watching it with my brother, and we just watched it every single week. And then one day I came across the Arizona Wrestling Federation, and I saw that they had kids classes, which I was like, that's crazy. I can do this at this age, because everywhere I looked up, you had to be 18, and it was also just so far from my house. But AWF was only 20 minutes away. So I signed up, I started in the kids program, and then from there I moved on to the adult classes where I started actually kind of learning, because the kids class was kind of more nonchalant, fun weekend, Saturday morning type practice. But then once you got to the adult classes, it was way more on it, and we had to do a lot of stuff. And then I had my first match in 2020 right before COVID struck. And then I came back, had about 12 matches over 2021, and then at the beginning of 2022, I tore my ACL, the first one. And then when I came back, my senior year of high school, I started traveling, and I started wrestling every single weekend. So 2023 was a dream come true. And then 6 months into 2024, I tore my other ACL. So it's been a stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. But I'm so tired of injuries, and I'm so tired of all these things shutting down my career. So I'm so passionate about just getting out there and making the most of this and continuing to chase my dream.
I love that. And I can't imagine doing high school and then wrestling, and I can only imagine the headache and the time, and it's giving me a headache right now.
I was also in community college while in high school too, so I was literally just and I had a job that I was pulling all these hours from, so I was just working, and now sometimes I look back and I'm wow, I had some shows this weekend, why am I tired? When that used to be my life, where I was barely sleeping, working, wrestling, practicing, traveling, college,
I'm gonna salute you to that. I'm gonna salute you because that's a very difficult life to go down, a very difficult path. So, and the fact that you're still here pushing through it, salute you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you mentioned watching it with your older brother, right?
Yes.
Any influences, favorite wrestlers?
Oh, my favorite wrestler of all time is John Cena. He was like my biggest inspiration growing up. I had the posters all over my wall. Every time I went to a show, I'd make a little sign for him. And then obviously the Bella Twins. I feel like you can kind of see from the fit. Nikki Bella was like my favorite wrestler growing up. So it's been so great to see her back in the ring. She's killing it. She's so good. And I'm so excited to finally be able to speak to her and talk to her on like a wrestler level, because like, you know, everyone is a fan, and then like once you start to like break through that and become a wrestler yourself, the fact that I get to like see her and ask her a question about something just means so much to me, because like she's the reason why I'm wrestling. So
that's nice. That's such an inspirational story. I mean, you're literally getting to meet like a personal hero. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I love that. So let's talk a little bit about this past year. Little TNA action, Ooh. House of Glory action, OVW action as well, mm-hmm. right? How's that been? I mean, you've been traveling a lot over this past year since you've gotten back. So how's that journey been? Like, that's literally the wrestling grind. Oh, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, the wrestling grind. I've wrestled, I think I did like 20-ish weekends straight. Then I had like a weekend off where it was like I just couldn't find anything that was running. And then like I had a good, like I've been going again week after week after week, and it's just been so much fun. Like, I love going everywhere and wrestling in front of different crowds, different people, different opponents, because you're only as good as your last match, and you just have to keep getting better. And that's like one of my things. Like, I just need to keep working harder, keep taking more matches, and keep getting better. Like, I'm still under 200 matches, which sounds crazy because like I feel like I'm wrestling every weekend, but it was really those like first few years that I wasn't taking a lot of bookings because I didn't know how to. So now that I can and I know, and like this is my job now, I'm gonna do everything I can to just expose myself to as many people as possible, because I want to make it to the big leagues one day.
Love it. You gotta dream big always. Dream big. How you liking Chicago?
It's really cool. I come here quite a bit for Dreamwave, but that's in LaSalle, but we always fly into Chicago. But this is like one of my first times like seeing Wrigley Field and like being around it. Like you said, House of Glory in Chicago. That was like my first time like walking on the streets and going to get a hot dog. So I'm excited to be here, and it's really cool.
I love that. Okay, well, let's look ahead of this year, end of 2025, beginning of 2026. What can we expect? Any big showings coming up? Anything you want to promote?
You're just going to have to keep your eyes peeled, because I've been trying in every department of my life to work my ass off to get to where I want to be. So you're just going to have to keep watching. You never know what could happen. You never know what company I could go to. You never know if I may be at a show near you. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at the Brittnie Brooks, because then you're going to know, because I post these schedules where I lay out all my bookings for the month.
All right. That's awesome. So being a part of the show, we did bring something for you.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
There you go. Some House of Bat merchandise.
Heck yeah. Not to be confused with House of Black.
Yes. House of Bat. House of Bat.
This is so cool. Oh my god.
And again, we want to say thank you for taking the time. Shout out to Second Wrestling for letting me do this. They've been pretty cool collabing with us lately. And, you know, shout out the wrestling friends. And shout out the Cubs, man.
Yay.
My favorite team. That's another episode, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. That's another one. Thanks.
It don't matter who you are. It don't matter if you big or you small. This shit for the culture, nigga. This shit for y'all.